How Gabriel had to go see to the main store.
So the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post store.
Yeah. He said, I'm joining to go see to the web main store to they get money into the store. They will go take it from there. I said, my man, I only buy for the same leisure.
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police before the man call me back. Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again."
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You live for a working place, you come to the man.
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I'm not go steal. I go to yeah. How you question me? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say,
when they call you in the net now.
When the man call me in the net, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
the message you want to give you what tea?
Tea. Have milk tea. Have milk tea.
Oh, milk tea?
Yeah.
For you to drink?
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of full bread.
With egg inside?
With egg inside, my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say, carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now, you carry it so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man say, thank you. I say, okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now?
Yeah, the same man.
The man tell you say, want for you to go steal?
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say, clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In the Jeep?
In the Jeep. Then they are 2.
A big Jeep?
Yeah. Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like you can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? Can I say when I move from here, I'll free? You said one talk again. I wanted to mean it. Who talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, land looking, hi, you looking, hi, looking. Then you want force another more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
The tea explain to me that you come to get fair. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's me things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
okay, I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then do.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. I say sorry now. Sorry.
Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take time
to explain. Yeah, okay.
You said rest your brought dirty rest in the country. Your caution done.
I asked somebody rest yesterday. Not dirty rest.
But what you were saying, you the people in the plaza visit, you said that you pull it do now. So I don't expect you to say anything otherwise. When I hear somebody telling me that Gifty was making love to Peters in the car, only Jesus can tell me that I will accept. Only Jesus. No CINSAFERILM report will make me to accept it. No.
It's on a Wednesday afternoon, the 30th of August, 2023. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome. This is the Hard Talk. It's on ABC Radio 105.7. Anthony Jiffan, Theo Williams. We we are expected to be joined by Fidel City, belated birthday man. And so on the show today, lots of issues to talk about. This is the program that allows you to talk what you know, to listen to the hardcore issues. We talk tough here and allow you to give your view. We don't sanction your view. No, we allow you to flow because we believe in we believe that exercising your thought, learning your thought on the issues that affect our country can make it better. But let's do it with civility. Again, my name is Anthony. My colleague is Theo. Theo, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anthony, and good afternoon to the peace-loving people of Liberia. Good afternoon to our many valuable listeners across Monrovia and its environs, across Liberia as well. Good afternoon to the folks also monitoring this broadcast via the internet and other means as well. It's a pleasure. Good to be back on the Hard Talk after a week of being away.
Right.
It feels good returning to the Hard Talk, Anthony. I'm pleased to be here this afternoon.
Okay, so what do we have there, Theo, for the first, second segment? How do we roll?
Before we rumble through what we have on the show this afternoon, let me just give out these few words of wisdom. The first one says, be happy with who you are. If you want to be happy, never stop complaining. One, be happy with who you are. If you want to be happy, stop complaining.
Okay.
Those are two wise words of the day, words of wisdom that you can use to improve. Well, between now to 5 o'clock, we'll talk about the current situation with the Liberia Electricity Corporation.
Okay.
As you may know, Anthony, is causing serious problems for vendors. Not vendors, but customers.
Right.
It's difficult to even purchase LEC token nowadays. Customers will troop at various locations where, according to LEC, the token is available now. They will stand in the queue for hours. Sometimes they get disappointed. They get frustrated and return home without the token.
Without the token.
So we'll talk about that.
Go and sleep in darkness.
Yes, we'll talk about how soon would the LEC restore whatever system that was broken. We'll talk about that as well. And we'll also talk about the risks that is associated now that the system is down. It give rise is likely to give rise to more and more power theft in our country once again.
Of course,
Anthony.
yes.
More and more power theft. As you may know, Madam Mayor Bro and the rest of the folks have been working assiduously to ensure that power theft is minimized across Liberia. But now with this news, it is likely that power theft will increase once again. Because it's frustrating, Anthony, waking up early. I'm told a lot of people woke up early in the morning, as early as 5, 4 o'clock, just to stay in the queue to get token.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, sometimes you don't get it.
I remember someone posted and the person said,
you don't get it.
Number 48.
You return home
on the line.
frustrated.
Yes.
So, for instance, if you are in such condition, maybe you see someone around your area who is involved with power theft, try to issue something like that, you will accept it.
Yes.
Because you're frustrated and you need electricity to do other things.
Already too many persons having interest in power theft.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that extensively on the first segment of the show this afternoon, folks. We ask all of you to keep glued to the radio because we afford you the opportunity to weigh in as well. Tell us, what are you going through at the moment with the current situation with the Liberia Electricity Corporation, the LEC for short. Then we'll take a musical break at 5:05. We talk about the concerns or the challenges at B Mountain. The Workers' Union president was emphatic the other day when President Weah visited that facility as part of his community engagements. Although they're doing some good things, but the Workers' Union there are probably not happy with a lot of things. And they call on His Excellency President George Manneh Weah to intervene in order to resolve some of those challenges they are confronted with as employees and contractors of B Mountain Company. So we'll also talk about that on the flip side of 5 o'clock. It's going to take us up to 6 with Jordan the Curtains on this edition of the Hard Talk, Anthony. So that's the menu for today's presentation.
And so if you're joining us, the Hard Talk is for you, it's with you, it's by you. Let's have the conversation here on the show. A brief out of our theme song. We'll come back. We'll move strictly to the hard talk issues. Welcome back and thanks for being there. Well, so as you heard, my colleague outlined our issues to talk about here today on the show. We want to start out with the LEC situation that is causing serious problem among citizens. And so there is a statement from the LEC recently. My colleague will read that statement and then, hey, please listen well. Listen well, because we're going to read a statement, then we start the conversation. We want to do it together, Tio.
So he reads the Liberia Electricity Corporation, PO Box 165, Waterside, West Point, Monrovia, Liberia Information and Public Affairs. The Labengo vending platform has faced significant technical challenges over the past 4 days. I'm told it's more than 4 days now.
Mm-hmm.
This has hindered customers from buying electricity tokens from Libingo vendors or through other digital media such as MTN Mobile Money, Orange Money, TipMe, and EcoBank mobile app. To many it's done illegally in the LEC system? No. But at least since Mary Broad took over, it reduced to a greater extent.
Right.
Now with this situation, we are saying it is possible that we could revert to, the Oakley Pass, where people were stealing electricity for common in the country. And the corporation was, losing on a daily basis.
Right.
I remember Monica Tom said the corporation sometimes will lose millions of dollars just on a daily basis. And so we are concerned as to when LEC will restore the system with Libango so that our people can at least can have some relief, because there are people who are running businesses, Anthony, they need electricity to run those businesses.
Of course, yes.
People operating schools at night, they need electricity to run their schools.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a lot of things here with electricity. Once you don't have it, it becomes a problem.
Yeah,
sometimes you want to get tempted.
Yeah, we are.
To go and do something illegally, because you can't continue being in the dark or sleeping in the dark and not having access to things you normally do with electricity because of the situation. Sometimes you want to get tempted. So we are concerned as to when the LEC will restore this. Yes, we've read the release, it's clear, but the LEC was not clear as to when the system will be restored so that Liberians can have some relief, be able to purchase electricity and carry on their normal businesses.
So like you said, we read the release. Everyone listen. LEC said they are working on modalities to restore the system. Already we are in a system where people are moved to do anything at any time.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to illegal things. Before the appointment of Madam Broad, the issue of power theft in Liberia was on the increase. Exactly. Was on the serious increase. Well, in fact, was to some extent, every corner you go to, people were bypassing meters and all of that. But because Madam Broad and her team started going around, talking to people, in fact, cutting wires and penalizing people, everyone got concerned. People got concerned, and they stopped doing what they were doing earlier. At the end of the day, at the point where everyone is living up to the restriction, everyone is accepting the reality, because the cost of electricity now is low. It's just that there's other people who don't want to do the right thing at all.
Exactly.
And that's the reason why they go about doing what they do. Now that you have the service provider has turned the other way. Now that they've turned the other way, guess what happened? At the end of the day, people will now revert to power theft. Already, that was something they were doing, something they were involved with. And they were managing to come back on par with the system, to do the right thing, because there was some level of pressure. You turn around and you say the system was tampered with. You're working on it. People used to sit in the comfort of their homes, use their mobile money through MTM, use their mobile money through Orange, use the Tip Me app and all of that to recharge. Today, it is no more. Okay, in the case where it is no more, we had a system where I will walk to the vendor, go and purchase my token. Now, people even go there, it will take them 5-6 hours. Some people will not even have the patience, they will go home. Mm-hmm. They will go home. You know what will happen to that person?
Hey, Anthony, I'm really concerned because businesses are affected as well.
There are yes, of course, yes, Theo. Yes. There are people.
Do you know how many businesses in this country rely on LEC to store their products?
Yes. So in a case where the man carry his money, the lady carry her money, 20, 25, 30, 50, any amount to go and purchase electricity. In no way, because of the kind of things we're talking about. That woman was staying, that guy was staying there for some time. He can make it. Frustratingly, he returned to his house and meet one guy who is in the community who is involved with power theft and say, hey, you're in darkness, let me pour your own. Hey, that temptation right there. There are too many persons that will fall into it.
Exactly.
Now, when they get on the power theft, you want to blame them, right? Yes, we blame them because it's wrong. It is wrong. So we blame them for getting involved into power theft. But mind you, who caused that? It is because of the broken system that caused it. The broken system led people to going back to what they were doing that they left. So, hey, we want to call on the LEC to restore that system, to ensure that it is resolved very swiftly, because our people, in fact, every one of us, we're suffering. We are suffering. We are suffering. People rely solely on LEC. How many times there are people with generators? When was the last time you see somebody put a generator on? So some people generator even spot because they're not using it. Some people even a banner generator. Nobody think about generator nowadays. So when people start to suffer that way, at the end of the day, they will return to the old ways. And when they go back to, it's often said, don't allow good guy to go bad. Because when a good guy goes bad, it becomes difficult for him to return to being good. He was already good. He understands goodness. He knows good. He went bad because of certain reason. Hey, man will quote everything about goodness. Say, man, in fact, I was preaching.
And Anthony, you know, one of the problems I've had with the LEC is this issue about being slow to respond to situations, right? Time past, the LEC has been very, very slow in terms of responding to situations rapidly. For instance, if you were in a community and something happened, maybe with the transformer or some kind of wire cut from somewhere, you will call the folks from LEC to come. They will not come to restore whatever that was damaged or destroyed, right? It would take a couple of days. Sometimes even biology would take you a month or months. So LEC has not graduated from the idea of, responding to situations rapidly. That has been one of the problems I've had with the LEC. I don't know about you and others, but that has been one of the problems. Rapid response is of major concern. They don't respond to situations
They don't respond
rapidly.
to situation.
What am I saying? Why
time.
am I saying this?
Yep.
Prior to this whole technical challenges they are experiencing now, the community where I live, there was a situation with the transformer, the same LEC, the same power theft we're talking about. Some unscrupulous, disgruntled elements were taking advantage of the transformer. They were doing it illegally. Unfortunately, the transformer blew off one night. As I speak to you, the entire community is in darkness, or has been in darkness for weeks now.
Okay.
LEC has not been able to restore that. The community has tried to gather some resources, to call on the LEC to restore that. Up to present, it has not been restored. So come to think about this, with the current situation now, like you mentioned, Anthony.
Yes.
Like you mentioned, if someone in the community is ushering, if I'll put it that way,
yes,
ushering illegal electricity, expect that community dwellers will run for it.
Of course.
Because do you know how long we've been in darkness? You know how long? We have businesses along that route that are benefiting or that are using the current, that are paying for the service.
Right.
They've not had the service for weeks now because of the same lack of responding to situations rapidly. That has been one of the major problems with the LEC, Anthony. And this has been experienced in several communities, in several quarters. So we're just saying to the LEC, yes, we've seen your release, we've read it. We want to appeal to the LEC to ensure that that system is restored in the soonest possible time, so as to avoid people returning to their ugly ways. That attitude of stealing current, illegal connections. If we are not careful with this current situation, there will be more illegal connections again, Anthony.
Of course.
And that will undermine the efforts of Madam Mary Brown and her team that have worked over the years, over the time, tirelessly,
Yes.
to ensure that the right things are done, to ensure that the entire LEC is revamped. It even goes to Mr. Moni Captain, who is also working as well.
Of course.
Don't get us wrong, LEC is doing well in some areas. But the thing is, this issue of responding rapidly has become a problem.
And that's one of the reasons why
I was impressed, Anthony, when I noticed that LEC has extended to other parts of the country.
yes, when I saw them in
We just returned from the Western region
in
quite
Tottenham
recently.
Bray.
Tottenham Bray.
Rivals Post and other
Tottenham
places.
Bray is electrified. Great Cape Mount County.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've not been able to reach Gbapolo because of some challenges.
Yes.
But we know softly they will reach there.
But the fact they can reach to Tottenham Bray,
Yes.
reach to Grand Cape Mount, Rivals Post.
Maybe more Waterside and
Yes.
other areas.
Yes.
You know? So we're hoping that this thing will be resolved in the soonest possible time so that at least Liberians can have some relief.
Right.
Those who are paying, those who are willing to pay for the service,
Mhm.
let them be given the opportunity to do so. Don't allow your customers who were good, like my colleague mentioned,
Yes.
to return to being bad. Because this is actually tempting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can stay in darkness for weeks. I can stay in darkness for weeks. And then somebody come in the community and say, oh, my man, I can connect you. Just give me some color or give me some time.
And while you are going to buy $50 coin,
The person could get tempted and say, oh, just come and connect me. And once that person is connected, even if the service is restored, if the challenges are worked out,
they don't want to go back.
they don't want to go back. There's a possibility that they will not want to go back.
Yes.
So that person will automatically turn bad
Yes. Yes.
because of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You turn from good to bad.
Because of system failure.
So we want to use this medium to appeal to the LEC to ensure that the situation is addressed rapidly or instantly so as to restore that confidence, the little confidence
Right.
in the sector. Madam Brown, kudos to you and the team there at LEC. You're doing a tremendous work. We've been following. I was fortunate to have interviewed Madam Brown at the anti-power theft site in Duporo,
Okay.
where she and her team would normally converge in the morning before going into the communities to do connection and to check on those who are connected illegally. And Madam Brown was blunt. She said to me, hey, the task I have to perform is tedious. All I want is the fullest cooperation of all Liberians.
Right.
And she said, what I don't want is for people to play politics
Mm-hmm.
with my job.
Right.
For instance, if a minister or somebody in government was caught with, illegal activities, Madam Brown wants to penalize that person. She wants to ensure that the person who, has been in that habit, whether you are an official of government or where you're from, no matter what, she wants you to face the full weight of the law.
Of course.
That's what she was saying to me. Hey, I can do the job, but the only thing is I don't want interferences. We don't want people to play this thing out of politics.
Right.
Use this as a means to speak politically. And she was right.
Of course. Yes.
And she was right.
Yes.
Madam
Because
Brown has been robustly handling the issue of illegal connections all across Monrovia and its environs. At some point in time, she would name and shame individuals. There would be, how you call it? How do I pull it? Sometimes you flipping through social media, you see people who are involved with power theft.
yes,
She will post them.
yes, on
They will be published.
on the social media.
Yes.
Yes.
They'll be published. Sometimes you go to jail
Of course.
for the crime you've committed. And it's good. We want Madam Brown and her team to continue on that path.
Right. Right.
So with this situation, there's a possibility that there could be more power theft again if this is not handled in time.
Yeah.
If this is not handled rapidly to restore whatever system that was broken. If it's not handled rapidly, I'm afraid those who were good could revert to being bad.
Yes. And when it happened,
So we know all of you, most of you out there are going through what is happening right now. I know the challenges you are confronted with. I know what it means to go to bed without electricity. I mean, we do a lot of things with electricity.
Of course.
People who are running businesses will need electricity to run their businesses, to ensure that it's effectively done. So in the absence of that, we know it's a problem. So all of you who are monitoring the broadcast at the moment, we'd like you to just call us. We'll open the phone lines for you later on. Let's know, what are you experiencing? Maybe you want to share with us your experience in the past days or weeks since this situation of the LEC and Libango. We entertain your calls later on during the course of the program.
And so if you're joining us, this is a Hard Talk. It's on ABC Radio 105.7. My name is Anthony. My colleague is Theo Williams, and we're here till 6 o'clock. I think we have some time now to go to the line.
Yes, we can take calls now, Anthony.
So you can call us on 0777 105 100, 0777 105 100. That's 0777 105 100, 0777 105 100, 0555 105 100, 0555 105 100. Those are the numbers you can call to form part of the conversation right here on the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.7. Well, the Liberia Electricity Corporation, as per what we're gathering in the release we just read, is faced with some difficulties leading to many Liberians, many customers sleeping in darkness, businesses going the other way around, because once you don't have electricity to maybe store your goods properly, there could be a damage. And so let's hear from you. 0777 105 100, 0777 105 100, 0555 105 100. What is going on? I don't know what's happening. 0555 105 100, 0555 105 100, 0777 105 100. Do not allow your people, your good customers. There are people, since they joined or they were connected to LEC, they have not made a mistake to go to power theft. And there are people who, since their entire life they joined LEC, they've been on power theft. They've been on power theft. There are too many persons they've been on power theft. But because of the efforts of the anti-power theft unit, they decided to go back to doing the right thing. So if you allow them go back to power theft, I'm afraid to have them back, it becomes very difficult. And so, done. LEC, you can try to work around to ensure that the service or those services are restored, to ensure that our people get the needed care or services. Let's go to the line to pick our very first caller here on this line. Hello. Yes, David, how you doing? Go ahead.
Thank you for your platform. David Harris, I call from Kerry and Roundup.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, one thing I would like to say when it comes to the issue of LEC, I think LEC is not a responsible entity.
You say it is not a responsible entity. It is not a responsible entity. What do you mean, David, when you say LEC not responsible?
The reason is very simple. I'm coming to that. Since they carry out the distribution of meter and other things, I got my house in the Pinsville Bell. Yeah. Around the Jubatan Recruitment Building.
Right.
I was waiting the LEC. I've gone there, paid my money for 2 meters. And they have given my SO number. They gave me 2 SO numbers for those meters. It's gone almost a year plus. I've been there myself. They sent me to Bourgeois area. I went there with people. And I submitted those people. They told me they were coming to condemn my 2 houses up to this date. They have never done it. And the next year, I lived around Benson and around the intersection, around there. Most often I buy my credit. When I buy $10 credit, very first time I bought $10, they gave me 36.2 kilowatts.
Mm-hmm.
The second time I bought $10, they gave me 27 kilowatts. The very first time I bought $10, I've got everything written down. If you want me to do it, I would take screenshots and send it to you guys.
I would appreciate
That is why I say they are not responsible. Because a responsible entity without a fixed price, token price for $10, for $20, for $30, for $50. They are very fixed kilowatts.
David, are you affected by the current situation? Are you affected by the current situation?
Sure. I'm greatly affected. I got no unit in my CIU now.
Have you attempted purchasing by going to the LEC office?
Yeah, I went there for the place state park. Yeah, I got my business at the intersection of Kerry and Round Street. I got my jewelry shop. I'm off now. So it's greatly affecting us. And one thing I would like to say, either if I will have quarry and something wrong with the meter something wrong with the meter or the transformer, I will go out. Our president will go to the LEC and I will explain to them. I will give them 1 week. If they come to address it, I will take quarry from anywhere I can get quarry from. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, David. Even though that's not the right way to do it, but sometimes people will talk the way they talk because of certain situation. 0777 105 100 0777 105 100 0555 105 100 are the numbers called to form part of the conversation right here on the Hard Talk. It's not for you to, yes, you have your right to go and buy a generator, but if there is a problem, and because of that we can get angry to go to power theft, the law can still hold us. That's the problem about the whole thing. People can get vexed one day and come cut our wire. What will you do? You're taking the current away, you're supposed to take it, even though there is a problem. And so let us understand that way. But again, the LEC has to do better. Like we say, LEC don't respond to emergency calls timely. No, they won't do it. They will sit till sometime for 5-6 months, sometimes a year. Your entire community is off. Onto the line, this person. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name? Where you joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Flomo Omenyase from FB.
Go ahead, Flomo.
Yeah, I have problem with the LEC people.
Mm-hmm.
Or doing a World Bank program. People came in my block here and planted posts almost a year or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then they planted a post here. One light or wire not on the horses. The only brought the black cable to put it on the post to get left our place like this. So what you expect of us? We should see current before, or they want for us to be disgraced before they can't get up. And then it's telling us that it's sending current out of the country. Is that how to treat your citizen?
All right, thank you.
We're not treating us fair. We are suffering.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, I'll tell you. So
yes, a situation. Let me say to that caller, Anthony. Once you have light posts planted, and maybe you have wire crossing along these light posts, it's a likelihood that you will get connected one day.
Yeah, but in fact, he's far from what we're talking
before
about.
there were no, light posts in some of the areas we're talking about today.
Yeah.
For the fact that light posts are there now, there's a possibility that once those light posts are there, they erected, current will come. It's just about being patient, just about the matter of time.
In fact, he's far from what we're talking about.
I just thought to provide that education.
So he said doing the World Bank project, right? Doing the World Bank project. Hello.
Yeah, Anthony.
David.
Williams. Yeah, Jerry, once again, just something I want to say.
30 seconds.
Those are all that have our businesses and to those residential area. What about those that have a private clinic that run on LEC? What would they do? Those private clinics that have patients on the wall. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. So, the World Bank project, plenty of posts in your area. So that World Bank thing, that international thing, those people, as soon as they get ready for their work, they'll come and do what they're supposed to do. It is not librarian holding on to a librarian will say, there you go. No. But what we're talking about here is we already get current in our places. We buy our LEC token every time. Today, LEC is telling us that their service provider, their system, is been tampered with. Because of that, we no longer buy current the way we used to buy it. I used to sit down to my house. I just want to get credit. Even my credit expire at midnight. I pay for it, and I'm done. I'm on. Today, I will have to go to one service center, where I will even stay for the whole day. Sometimes I will not have the current I want. So that's what we're talking about. The LEC has to respond. They have to do something about this. And sometimes when people are having some problems, when they call you, it is your work. And that's why you sign for. You've been paid for that. Go and respond. Go and do what is needed. Go and do the required thing. Because that's the only way that we avoid the issue of power theft. That's the only way. If we can't do it, it means we'll continue to encourage power theft. We will continue to encourage power theft.
Yeah, like one of the callers mentioned the issue about hospitals, Anthony, and I took serious note to that. Imagine if clinics and hospitals are off as a result of power theft, and there is an emergency. You have situations that requires, real emergency. I'm telling you, I can imagine what will happen, Anthony. So, like we've said and continue to say, there's a need for the LEC to ensure that this thing is resolved in the soonest possible time, so as to give some relief to Liberians, especially, those who are heavily reliant on the current or electricity to do a lot of things. People who are running big businesses, right? The hospitals, the schools, and other areas that are heavily dependent on the usage of electricity to operate smoothly. I think there's a need for this thing to be done in the soonest possible time before, it goes to something else.
Right.
Yes, so few more calls, then we can transition. We'll take a musical break because it's almost 5 o'clock. 0777 15 100 0555 105 100. And you'll be live on the first segment of the Hard Talk. We're putting a spotlight on the current saga with the LEC. You listen to the release we read on the platform for you earlier on. It's your time now to participate. Let's hear you. Just give us what you are going through, or tell us what you are going through currently with the current situation experienced by the LEC. We'd like to know from you. And maybe you want to proffer some recommendations.
Right.
We appreciate them. And the folks from LEC, I'm sure, will also appreciate those recommendations that will come from you positively,
Maybe you can help to set up the system.
Yeah.
Yes. And you could do that for, this is your country, this is our country. If I have the opportunity to do so, I could do it. So maybe you can help to set up the system that will help LEC evolve what is going on to avoid the recurrence of this particular happening. So let's hear from you. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100 are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation. I don't know what is happening.
I think we need to restart the forms,
Yeah,
Anthony. I'm sure probably you need to restart the forms.
I don't know what is happening with.
I'm sure a lot of people wants to participate, but it's a problem.
Yeah,
it's becoming a problem, a challenge for them. So just restart those forms, and then we can use that later on the second segment of the show. Yeah.
Notice people slipping off the line. So I think we have to go for a break now.
Yes, we can go for the musical break. Following the break, we get into the B Martin issues.
Yeah. So we take a break. We thought to just restart the lines and see what is the problem. But let's take this break. As soon as we return, we'll go to King Joe, Grand Cape Mar County, to talk about the B Martin situation. This is the Hard Talk. It's on ABC Radio 105.7.
It's fatal. It's narrow. Teeth and tongue can fret, but they can still eat fish and cookies together. You from the other side, I from this side, we can still dance together. Let's come together, meeting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ay babu popole, la gloire mon Dieu mo. Ay babu popole, la gloire mon Dieu mo. The time we take to cause trouble, we should take that time to do something constructive in unity. Mama Liberia need us. Mama Liberia need us. Let's stop it to my head. It can benefit us when we pray for each other. We will succeed when we come together as one. We will succeed when you get on your knees to pray. Put Liberia there. When you get on your knees to pray, put Liberia first. Atateng in a kwa. Abba ma oyanombo. Baila dua jiekwa. Let's stop undermining one another. Put our interests last. Put Liberia first. Let's come together. Letting the peace. Liberia is all we have. We don't want a palava. We don't want a halala. We don't want a palava. We don't want a confusion. Let's come together. Letting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Teeth and tongue can fret, but they can still eat fish and cookies together. You from the other side, I from this side, we can still dance together. Let's come together, letting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Yeah, 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 their love we have for each other.
When mama born you, they say popo napo. As soon as struggle start, they don't know you no more. Mama, I saw him a Romeo. Tolinka to him a Romeo. Story too much in my Romeo. The jury selling caution in my Romeo. Well, lot children chilling in my room, yo. I saw you thought they said that man, yeah, Mary boy. Mama, I saw you in my room, yo. I pay, I saw you in my room, yo. What you know, you say in my room, yo. Baby on highway in my room, yo. To get your rent school fee set in my room, yo. To pay my rent, start my day in my room, yo.
Mama, mama, mama. Your son in Morovia. Oh, oh, oh. I will be fine. Fighting hard to make you proud, mama. But they want me down. Want me down. Hard time, say slave queen, crawl born, they 18. That school fee, Mr. Principal, she talking. A hard now, and you know the hard time. And we in Morovia, mama, we got too late now. A hard now, and you know me.
If they get to Mama, I saw him a Romeo. I pay, I saw him a Romeo. What you know, he say him a Romeo. Baby on highway, him a Romeo. To get your rent school fee, say him a Romeo. To pay my rent, start my day, him a Romeo. So every day I pray, oh. So I one day will be a day, oh. When mama born you, they say, Bobo Nabo. As soon as struggle start, they don't know you no more. Mama, I saw him a Romeo. Told him that to him a Romeo. Story too much in my Romeo. The children selling ocean in my Romeo. All the children chilling in my Romeo. As soon as thought they said that man, yeah, Mary boy. Mama, I saw him a Romeo. I pay, I saw him a Romeo. What you know, he say him a Romeo. Baby on highway, in my Romeo. To get your rent school fee, say in my Romeo. To pay my rent, start my day, in my Romeo.
Mama, mama, mama. Your son in Morovia. Oh, oh, oh. I will be fine.
My son in Morovia.
Mama, they want me down.
This song is by P. Carlos, Mr. Reality. He featured Trelly on this song. A wonderful woman taking us through our break. Mama, your son in Morovia.
And you know the hard time. And we in Morovia. Mama, we got too late now. A hard time. And you know the hard time. And we in Morovia. Mama, we got too late now.
Mama, your son in Morovia.
You know, when I first heard the song, I was concerned when you told me the artist is called P. Carlos. I thought it was Chris of the Change. He sounds no different from Chris of the Change.
This is a son of a pastor.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he's a military man.
And this song is a nice piece.
Of course, yes.
I love the words in it. I love the pattern, the beat, the rhythm is all in tight. I mean, it's just off the hook. Yeah.
A beautiful one. This guy is my
song.
He's my personal musician, personal artist. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you get personal artist now.
I got personal artist.
I think I got to play something with my personal artist too.
Well, welcome back, man, folks, and thanks for being there.
My boy Franklin Pelham Moshiri, he's currently in Germany and not Sweden anymore.
Oh,
he has moved.
They been transferred to Germany.
He has moved to Germany. Yeah.
Wow.
And he has something new that we'll play.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow or in the morning.
Yeah.
On the morning breeze or so.
Yeah.
Yes. But welcome back, folks, to the second and final lap of the Hard Talk. It's on the radio 1517. We are the official voice of Atlantic Broadcasting Corporation with BIMIN, live and direct from Brown Buchanan Streets, downtown Monrovia. Well, the Workers Union of B Mountain Mining Company has raised several concerns regarding job security of employees and contractors at the company. Speaking during President Weah's engagement with citizens in Kinjaw, Grand Cape County, recently, the head of the company's Workers Union, Samuel Roberts, said job insecurity amongst employees and contractors of the company is posing serious fear as a result of unlawful dismissals by the company's management. According to him, the company has failed to improve major health facilities in the area that should cater to the health needs of employees and their families, including other community dwellers. He alleged that the company has brought in expatriates who are doing jobs, local jobs intended for Liberians, something he said contradicts the Liberianization policy. Well, President Weah also responded to the concern raised at the time, and maybe we'll bring the voice of the president, but I'd like you to find the voice of Samuel Robertson so that we play Samuel's voice.
It's already set.
And then we begin a conversation, so I'll allow you to do that.
B Mountain, but we are going through a lot. Here, there's no job protection. There is no job protection for our workers, and there is no good health facility for our workers. You know, we delve into the community and the workers because the workers are those who live in the community. 100% of those workers have a family here. But I can tell you, the health facility here, from the first speaker, I don't want to emphasize on that, is very poor. It's very poor. We need your intervention on that aspect. B Mountain, as I said, we appreciate the investment. The salary is very interesting, but if you don't have job protection, then it's a problem. We have our experts here that are doing jobs that Liberians can do. We have jobs that Liberians can do. It is embarrassing to us to see experts doing carpenter job, to see experts doing fireman job, to see experts driving truck, to see experts doing all other jobs that Liberians can do. And sometimes it puzzles us because we have a liberalization policy that says before an expert comes to Liberia to do a job, there should be no Liberian in the country can do that job. But we're surprised how these people are getting that work permit, coming here doing jobs that we Liberians can do.
Yes. All right. So the expatriates or the expat come to Liberia through the Bear Mountain Mining Company. They're doing some of them even doing tire man job. He mentioned that, but this was just for the news, and so it has to be cut short. Some of them doing tire man job, some of them doing driving. They are doing jobs that should only be for Liberian. Man, you know, they like if you look through the liberalization policy, there are certain jobs and certain businesses that are limited to Liberians. There are certain jobs and certain businesses that only Liberians should do. Nobody should come from outside and do it. The fact that a Liberian is available to do it, the fact that a Liberian is available to do that job, that Liberian or Liberians should be the one occupying or doing those jobs. It should not be somebody from the outside. That person don't have any right to do it. No, they don't have any right to do it because there is a law that cut them from doing that job, that stop them, that prohibit them. That's the same way somebody coming from outside, foreign or alien, are supposed to come and be shining shoes. No disrespect. No disrespect. No any form of discrimination or segregation. But foreigners are supposed to come and sell cold water, and sell rice by cup, and sell red oil by bottle, sell alcohol by bottle. No. Sell Doka flare in their hand. No. Foreigners are supposed to be sweeper to office. They agree that a brother get a place, a brother bring a brother get investment here. But he's supposed to be sweeper. He's supposed to be tire man. He's supposed to be mechanic. What happened in Liberians here, they are mechanic. He's supposed to do certain jobs. And so this guy is saying, we here. And when the guy was speaking, when I was sitting there listening, there was a lady who was saying, let the man talk. We sitting at home, then they imagine the drawing water and all. So I was like, what are you telling me? She said, yes. So we need to work. There are work we can do here, but the people bring their family to come and do the same work we can do. No.
Well, Anthony, I started and listened to Samuel Roberts keenly when he mounted the podium to speak to His Excellency President Weah at the time in Kinjaw, Grand Cape County. And I enjoyed the young man. He spoke eloquently. He outlined all of the challenges they are confronted with as employees and contractors of the B Mountain Mining Company. And all of the concerns raised by the employees and contractors of that company are all legitimate, Anthony.
Right.
One of the concerns that took into serious consideration is this issue about job security. It really got to me, right? Imagine working in an environment where you're not free to work freely. I mean, you don't have that free space to work, with the fear that maybe if there's a mistake on a job,
anytime you can be sacked.
You can be sacked immediately without any investigation, without any warning or so. That was, in my opinion, that was a major concern.
And that is to some extent,
because imagine
some level of slavery.
Imagine coming, we are journalists, right? Coming to the radio or coming on the radio, and your boss tells you, "My man, that radio going on, you may almost say you're finning."
Yeah. Yes.
Imagine how you get frightened, right? You're afraid.
You wouldn't do anything better.
No, it's going to take you off balance. Once you don't have that control, it will take you off balance. So I'm just trying to equate that to the situation the guys are confronted with in that part of the country. You wake up in the morning going to work, and it's even difficult for you to work freely. I mean, it's just difficult to work freely. And another are currently some changes at B Mountain. There are currently some changes because of the president's intervention. Unlike the past leadership, the past government that signed this agreement of the B Mountain, there were too many missteps in the agreement.
Of course, yes.
So this government, under His Excellency President George Manuel Weah, have thought it was to revisit all of those agreements and ensure that the right things are enshrined, so that the people of Grand Cape County, the people who are in that identical location, will benefit accordingly.
Right.
So the president said the way to do it is to sit on the table with these people and have a dialogue.
The dialogue.
He's one person who is always willing to dialogue, regardless of the situation, because he believes that dialoguing is the best way forward, instead of, taking the laws into your hands and doing things that are unlawful. He don't support lawlessness. What he supports is dialogue. The president have said over and over and again, dialogue should be the way forward to address burning issues of concern. And I thought that was wise, on the part of the president. Because, mind you, Anthony, the president could wake up one morning and say, "We are the government now. We can dismiss or revert or change all of those things that were agreed upon from the past administration. Well, he said, no, we take our time, we go after them bit by bit, and show that the company prevail on the company to do the right thing that will benefit the citizens of Grand Cape County, citizens in that location or the locale. I mean, I think it was good. Come to think about this, that place is densely populated, Anthony.
Yes.
The president had to even prevail on the B Mining Company to ensure that they paved the road as part of the corporate social responsibility.
Right, which they did.
They did that. As we speak, I'm told the number of those who are employed have increased.
Yes, and
because of the president's intervention.
When Sam spoke, Sam talked about, in fact, through the intervention of the president, a high school, technical and vocational school is also built. He just dedicated it when he passed through that area. And so when Sam spoke, Sam said, because of your intervention, Mr. President, those who were just daily hire, they are now
getting full employment status.
Some of them are now contractors. Contractors. They were just daily hire. They are now contractors, permanent contractors. And those who were just contractors perpetually, 105 of them.
Employment.
105 of them have gained permanent worker status. That is, they were employed. It was through your intervention.
So let me tell you why I was driving, Anthony.
Through your intervention again, Theo, just before you come, through his intervention again, his government intervention, there have been increment in their pay, improvement.
Their salaries, yes.
Improvement, 10% improvement.
And that was something the workers here acknowledged.
In their pay, in their salaries.
Yes.
Again, there was no residential subsidies, housing subsidies. Through his intervention in his government, again, BA Martin is also providing what is called housing subsidies to workers. Whether you're living on the camp, the fact that you're living close to the camp, they should directly or indirectly house you. That is, they give you the money either to find your place or they give you home to be that they pay for.
Yeah.
Which is welcoming and laudable.
Let me tell you why I was driving, Anthony.
Okay.
I was just trying to say in a nutshell, you have government who will not seek the interest of the people, it becomes a problem.
Of course.
B. Martin signed this agreement with the past government, and there were lots of things that were not in line with the agreement. The company failed to do all of those things they said they would have done. You know, when they were given the green light to operate in Liberia. So because of that, it has caused serious problems. It has become a burden on this government now to ensure that the right things are done so that the people can benefit properly or fully from this agreement, this MDA that was signed years back during the early administration. What this government is doing now is to rewrite the wrongs, make sure those things that were not touched or those things that are not adhered to as per the agreement, those things are adhered to. That is this government's position, which is welcoming. So when you have bad government that are not in the interest of the people, these are things that happen. Come to think about this. How can a multi-million-dollar company like B Martin operate in a particular location and you can have fitting health facility for those who are employed and those who live in that environment?
There's no rule.
Where in the world that happens?
For people to go there, it has to be 4 weeks.
Yes, the place at some point in time was very inaccessible. Based on the intervention of this government, now you can sail through easily.
Yes.
You can sail through easily. Imagine to have foreigners perform local jobs or do local jobs, as mentioned by the Workers' Union president.
Yes.
I was possible about that, Anthony. Imagine you bring in somebody from way Turkey to come and be driver in Liberia.
Yes.
When you have drivers here, people who are trained, people who are
to come and be tire man. The washing dishes.
Can you imagine? So it was all because of the bar agreement that was reached from the past administration, and not this government.
And to some of those things are the result of maybe no monitoring and no monitoring system.
Yes,
because if you are monitoring the activities of the companies, the concession companies you have, there are things that they will not do.
Like you mentioned, yeah, they should have monitored the company fully to ensure that they are living up to what they agree upon with the government.
Right.
Anything other than that, stringent measures have been taken to bring them to check and ensure that they do the right thing. We were there, Anthony, you're coming. We were there just the other day. And then I see, real structures.
Yes.
Good hosting facilities.
No.
I did not see them.
No.
What I saw was partly makeshift structures that was just conditioned to some extent for the people to reside in.
Right.
And I think we should have good horses over there that will host families, host employees and their families as well. But what I saw was on the contrary. So what this government is doing now here, we can rush them out of here. We take it easy. We ensure that they adhere to all of those things that we agree upon. We'll do it step by step. So it's just about the time being. It's just about the workers there being patient. Through this government intervention, you can see a lot of things has been done, like you mentioned, Antonin. So it's just about the time. But again, B. Martin and the past government, what it did was to punish the Liberians, especially those who are residing in that part of the country, Anthony. That's how I see it.
Yeah, we see. Since B. Martin started operation in that area, up to today's date, they are complaining about the citizens are complaining about standard health facility. What are you telling me?
So imagine if the government had not gone there to caution them to do the right things, right? We're not be talking about the schools they built today.
Of course.
The high school, the modern high school they built.
Yes.
And the vocational school they also built. Those are things that were embedded in the agreement.
Of course.
They failed to live up to those things.
Yes.
So that because of that, you have series of protests. You and I are here, Anthony. We know what has been happening in Kinjor with B. Martin and employees and contractors. There were series of protests, continuous protests, calling on the management to ensure that they live up to the NDA that was signed with the past government. So what this government is doing now, like I mentioned earlier, is erecting the checkpoints.
Yes,
to ensure that the right things are done.
Yeah.
So I think we must hail President Weah and his government, for moving in and playing that leadership role. I think what this government is doing or has done in B. Martin at the moment should be given some level of consideration. I think we should congratulate the government to some extent for some of the things they've done in line with B. Martin to ensure that they live up to their corporate social responsibility. Yes, imagine, as big as B. Martin is, multi-million-dollar company, you have people living in that place in the numbers, and you can find a fitting modern health facility. You heard the residents when they were speaking. They want those facilities to be revamped, to be up to standard.
Right.
That is a concession area, Anthony. It should be fully equipped.
Of course.
With everything you can think about. Because they are benefiting hugely from our resources, natural resources. Natural resources. So I think this government is on the right trajectory, and there's a need that we as Liberians support the government to ensure that these things are done properly. Once the government is supported, they will prevail on those companies that are not in line with the corporate social responsibility. Yes. It has started already. You and I travel on the road leading to Kinjor. The road is improved. What they're waiting for now is for the rainy season to end. Once we enter the dry season, they start full pavement of the road. But the road is accessible. You can drive there any day, anytime, and you will not experience or encounter, those kinds of hindrances you encountered before. To commit on that road. So I mean, that's the thing we're talking about. That's the thing we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. So the concerns from the citizens were all legitimate. And we want to use this meeting again to urge the B Mountain Company to continue to do the right thing. Now that you started, you built a modern high school, which is welcoming. We appreciate that. Even the workers, even the employees acknowledge that. They even appreciated the B Mountain management for the level of work they've done, or they've been doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want the company to continue on that path to ensure that they live up to whatever agreement that was signed with previous government. You know, government is continuing with it. We have another government headed by President Weah. You know, maybe if President Weah leaves office tomorrow, we have another government. B Mountain will still remain. They have to be in compliance,
right,
with the MDA that was signed. So that is my position on that, Anthony. We don't want people coming here. I mean, we're not against foreigners coming to our country. We're not against expatriates coming to work, right?
No.
Everybody needs to survive. But the thing is, you cannot do jobs that are intended for Liberians.
No, then you
then it means you undermining the liberalization policy.
Right.
We have a policy here.
Right.
The guy said for a foreigner to come in Liberia and be doing tire man work, it means no Liberian able to do it.
Of course, yes.
That's why the foreigner is doing it. For a foreigner to come here and be a driver, it means no Liberian able to drive.
Yes.
That's why the foreigner is driving.
Yeah.
But that's not the case, Anthony. That is not the case. They do these things and they feel that because we're in a country where, I mean, you can do anything you want to do and go scot-free. So they take advantage of these people at times. And it's wrong. It is wrong. You're taking advantage of the people. It's wrong. So this government has said, no, we will erect the needed checkpoint.
And I think that's the right thing to
I think it's in the right direction.
Right.
President Weah said, I mean, we don't have to fight. We don't have to, take them out of Liberia. But what we'll do is to have a dialogue with them. Every time there are issues, the government will go there to ensure that those issues are resolved amicably in order to benefit the employees and all of the citizens in Grand Cape County.
You're listening to the Hard Talk. It's on ABC Radio 105.7. Anthony Jeffan, Theo Williams. We are here till later on the program. I think we can go to the lines to hear from you. It's about 28 minutes after 5 o'clock. We can go to the lines. But again, this should serve as a warning, right, to all of you who want to come to this country, who want to come from outside, come to Liberia, and think that you can come here and have your own will, and think that you can come to Liberia and just take over. You bring people when you get tired money in Liberia, you can't hire them, you won't use your own money. No. I think government should stand up. And the key issues they got put, job security, the issue of expats doing jobs that Liberian can do,
improving health facilities,
improvement of health facility in the area, those issues, government has to focus. Yeah. The guy appreciated the president. He recognized the achievement. All of what the president did to help them, he recognized everything. But again, he said, Mr. President, we need you to intervene in these areas so that we can have a safe working environment. Mr. President and your government, it is on your shoulders. The onus is upon you to intervene, to ensure that Bay Mountain correct those wrongs, to ensure that Bay Mountain do what is right to avoid Liberians being suppressed. And so, nothing much to be said about that. Let's go to the lines. Let's hear from our people. I hope my man Manja is following. My man Manja, be Martin Mene. 0777 105 100 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Those are the numbers to call to form part of the conversation right here. Our very first caller is on line 1. Hello. Well, the person is off the line. For what? I don't know. But call us on 0777 105 100 0555 105 100, and you will be live on the Hard Talk this afternoon or this evening on ABC Radio 105.7. Let's move back to the line. Hello.
Hello.
Please walk away from your radio, sir.
Okay. Am I okay now?
Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead. I'm still hearing myself, but go ahead.
All right. I'm checking Kapola. I should tell the studio guest thank you first.
No, we don't have studio guests anyway, but go ahead.
Let us know certain things. Not because foreigners or Indians are in the country doing things that our brain doing, that means our brain can't do it. Our government is too late for somebody to come campaign on the radio in the name of setting protection for certain organizations that have been in this country for more than 5 years and nothing they have been doing. But somebody can say because they can't do it. The president said.
So why your argument now? Let me ask. Wait, hello. Bossman. Wait now. Wait, Bossman. Hello. When you talk, we ask you. Don't worry. You will talk. We'll get it done. Yeah. So why your argument?
My argument
they are jobs that only Liberians should do. Foreigners should not do it. The fact that Liberian can do it, no foreigner supposed to do it. You want to agree with that, or you agree with it?
I don't agree with that.
Oh, you agree with it? No, then we can't waste our time behind you because the radio is intended to learn. So if you tell us that you know about that thing, you won't agree with it, or because you agree, so it exist. Thank you. We're not waste our time with you. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Politics aside, they are jobs that Liberians should do only. The same way, foreigners are supposed to come and say cold water. So you will tell me, say, you agree with it too? So we come here with all the political disagreement you will be having outside of your business, you go ahead. You agree with the man because in the other camp, of your business. But the reality should be told. Yes, whoever want to be president for Liberia, when President Weah is re-elected, Ambassador Bouaka is elected, they are president for Liberia. They will be president for Liberia. They will not be president for you who call or the other men from the other side. So if you don't agree the reality, then you want us to be having back and forth argument. No, then we can't do that, man. Can't waste our time with that kind of thing. Hello?
Yeah. So the program is what I will agree with the argument.
No, I cut you off because you said, hey, hello, Bossman, wait. Bossman, wait. Before you do it, let me tell you something. There are children who are listening to the radio. They learn just by listening to the radio. You and myself will be having argument on the basis of their jobs that Liberians should do only and no foreigners should do it. Then you say, no, it's not true. Then you want us to be wasting time. Then you think that politics will come in play. No. You know that some jobs here, true. My man, go read the Liberianization policy. That certain work here foreigners are not supposed to do. The fact Liberian can do it. So go read that. You forced to agree with me. But the truth is, those things exist. So if you read about them, if you know it, then we can go ahead. You think we coming waste our time? I mean, I'm not taking your call again. Don't waste your time. I will not take your call. We coming be having that kind of argument. We're not talking politics. They may make a point. Okay, they agree that Joshua was campaigning and they may talk it. But that guy, before he talked about that thing, you think that thing it was in the interest of Joshua who was campaigning? For the man to say, B.A. Martin, get people here who doing work that we can do. That is a slap in the face of the campaign that the president even went to run. If you don't know. For the very man to stand over there and say, oh, we didn't get job protection, Mr. President. President, we have been president for 6 years. And the man said, we didn't get job protection. It was a slap in his face, in his government face. The very man stood there, he said, the health facility here is poor. Who is the president of Liberia? That president we are. Then you won't argue, say the mayor or running campaign. Okay, those things undermine his leadership because he did not endeavor, maybe to some extent they didn't work so that the jobs of people at BA Martin can be secure. They did not work to have improved health facility in that place. They did not work to ensure that the liberalization policy was fully implemented in that area. So people were doing the work. Then he said that politics. Also, when he said we sit down to handle it, maybe that could be politics. Right? We sit down to do it. Maybe you want to classify that as politics. But when he went there, when they were protesting, when he went there, he made intervention. Now, the guy admitted, the very guy who told all these things, he admitted that there is significant increment in their earning. That people who were just playing around, who were just working today, tomorrow, they didn't call you for where you will not go. They were contracted. That people who were just contractors, 105 of them were given employment status. Oh, you are not listening to. And sometimes when you want to bring politics, the way you can bring it, then you're wrong. If you want to bring politics the way you can bring it, then it's wrong. If you do politics with sincerity, it's right. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100 0555 105 100 0777 105 100 are the numbers you can call and be a part of the conversation. Trust me, when you call now, I will take you. Hello? Mame, go ahead.
All right.
Yes, go ahead.
You lay a premise. The studio guys lay a premise.
No, not studio guest. My colleagues and I. Yeah. No, I'm happy, my friend.
So this thing is not about whether I should agree with what you say or not. We should give a point that been happening in this country. What now?
So enough for you to agree, but is it not true that they are just?
That's a point, right?
No, not for you to agree with anybody yet.
If I don't support the people that are in studio, right? What they have said, right?
You don't have to support us, but it is for us to talk the fact. Do you know about it? Go ahead, my man. Go ahead. Tell your team what you want to talk.
Why now? So Gemma is a renewal. But why now you're calling her back? Election time you're calling somebody back to review a contract? In Liberia, when you said that will not be considered in our economy, after 5 years coming back to us, then you tell us the president today, I think you're joking, man.
All right, thank you. Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, what's your name? Where are you joining us from?
Yeah, this is A.B. George joining you from Iyadere Junction to the Spiritual Causes Community.
Go ahead, A.B.
Thank you very much for your topic on this discussion.
Thank you very much.
If you guys have nothing to discuss in studio, don't forget about us.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you too. We're gonna do the talk. We talking. Then you get something to talk. You take your phone, you call. Who wasting that time? 0777 105 100. You know, sometimes when people want to talk, don't let it talk.
But Anthony, I don't know why you and the callers are going back and forth on.
No, the other guy
this
said
whole B Martin issue.
The other guy said,
I think we laid the basis rightly.
Yes.
You know, for the conversation.
No, the man said that politics. For the men to go stand over there and tell the presidency, experts are here doing the work we're supposed to do.
What kind of politics is that?
No, that's why I asked him.
How is that even political?
Another person is on the line to you. Hello.
Yeah, brother.
Hello, what's your name? Where are you joining us from?
My name is Obidiah, calling from LP Community.
Go ahead, Obi.
Okay, thank you for the topic on discussion. You see, we, the librarian, we hate to tell people the truth. If we begin to tell them the truth, they will take it to be another opposition or enemy. But what President Weaver ever says is, we tell the company to employ those people. Or because we have three more weeks or few more months.
So you understand the conversation?
No, listen.
Okay, wait now. Don't go over. Don't run away.
When there were a series of protests at B Mountain, when President Weah took office in 2018, President Weah visited the company. That was the first intervention of the government, right? And some of the issues at the time were resolved. We're just telling you what is happening now based on the constant intervention of this government. That's what we're telling you. We're telling you that the man waiting for election when he comes and start intervening, and no. He has been intervening before, and he's still intervening. That is the argument we're raising. So we blame the past government for signing the buy agreement with B Mountain that affected the people of Grand Cayman County up to today.
We are then marginalized when it comes to labor law in the country. When it comes to labor law, we are then marginalized. From the Minister of Labor up to from the President to the Minister of Labor, they are the people that also put their feet in the water for their citizens. But now that we are abused on a daily basis, we are abused. Our situation crying all around to 11 workplaces.
Okay.
Listen, let me tell you guys something, Anthony. Since B Mountain started operating in Liberia,
I'm leaving up the
line. From the no problem.
Okay.
The previous government, B Mountain came, right? This government meant B Mountain in existence already, operating in Liberia. The previous government at the time did not monitor the activities of B Mountain. I mean, to ensure that they live up to their corporate social responsibility, to ensure that they adhere to the mineral development agreement that was signed with the government of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So, since the existence of B Mountain, that role, that King John role, has been deplorable because the past government failed, to erect some checkpoints, failed to prevail on the company to live up to its corporate social responsibility. Unlike this government, Anthony, since the government started intervening, this government has been able to prevail on the B Mountain management to ensure that, hey, they live up to their corporate social responsibility. One, the issue of the road we're talking about. We traveled on that road quite recently, Anthony. The road was not in the condition it is in now. The road was not in the condition it's in now. It was because of the intervention of this government. That's how you see the road looking the way it is now. And according to the government, by the time we hit the dry season, that road will be fully paved.
Right.
Because of the government intervention, you have a modern high school now in King George. You have a modern vocational training center. Now we try to close the gap amongst our young people. We need capacity building in this country.
Of course.
There's a need for capacity building. We need people who will learn more vocational. Take up more vocational education to be able to impact society. So we're just telling you some of those things that were done in the past and what is happening now. So it's no crime for someone to stand before the president and express what they're going through as an employee of the company, right? That guy spoke on behalf of all of the employees and contractors of the company, and he was clear.
And he
spoke eloquently. He nailed it. He spoke directly to the issues that are confronting the B Mountain workers, employees, and contractors.
And that guy was speaking for pro and anti-President Weah.
Exactly.
He was not speaking. Some of those he spoke for, they support President Weah. Some of them don't even support him.
That's a concession era. When you go to any concession era, you're supposed to know that, yes, indeed, that identical era is a concession era. Nobody should tell you. Nobody should tell you. You should see it and know that, yes, indeed, I'm in a concession era. No people taking millions of dollars from our country. They're taking millions of dollars from our country. And so they have to do the needful.
Oh, the minister.
Live up to the agreement. That's what we're saying. So we're not blowing home because election coming. Or don't think that President Weah is doing it or the government is doing it now because election coming. No. These things are happening now, started before, since President Weah became president. The man visited the place in 2018, Anthony. His first visit was in 2018 when there was a major demonstration at B Mountain. And he managed to intervene and resolve that demonstration. Because of his constant intervention, we have the B Mountain management now living up to the agreement signed with the previous government and in continuation of this government. That's what we're saying. So we're not blowing anybody horn here. The fact of the matter is, when we see it is wrong, we talk it. When it's worth to be commended, we commend it. That is what we're saying. That is the argument we prefer here this afternoon or this evening. So I don't see why you went back and forth with the callers, Anthony.
No, sometimes this is a medium where people use to learn. There are children listening. By this platform, they could learn something. And when you allow somebody to come and say, in no way that there are businesses, there are jobs that are limited for only Liberians, if somebody come and say it's not possible, then you disturb the minds of the children.
We saw the site that is already prepared, to do the asphalt pavement, where they produce the materials to pave the road. That site is already prepared, Anthony. We saw it.
So when people arguing and doing those things,
those of you who are from Cape Mount, those of you who have traveled on that road, if you will be fair enough, you will state that the road is in a better condition now, like it was before.
But yes,
it's pliable now.
Yes,
it is because this government has prevailed on the B Mountain management to do the needful.
So the guy,
as per the agreement,
the guy is arguing that because election coming, so the president.
So you see,
they will implore the people.
No.
The man made intervention long ago. It was because of his intervention that
these
those
things are coming to pass.
105 persons were employed permanently. It was because of the intervention that the high school, technical and vocational institution was erected. It was because of the same intervention that those who were just daily hired, they were given contractor status.
And it is because of the intervention, again, those concerns that were raised when the president visited that area, is because of his intervention, those concerns will be looked into.
And it was, in fact, it was because of the intervention he made.
Subsequent solutions to those problems.
It was because of the intervention he made earlier that helped to correct some of those things that were corrected, that make that guy to be brave, to come out again to say, Mr. President, you came here first, you said these things, you intervene. Some of the things we talk about, they work, but today we have problem with the other ones. Please come in.
We live in a society where, for instance, if you don't support a particular individual or a particular political establishment, so everything about that thing, about that party or that individual will be different. If you see blazer, you will say that black. You will say that wear, rather. If you see wear, you will say that pink. And it should not be happening that way, Anthony. Regardless of our political differences, let's call it a spade. I mean, let's speak to genuine issues. This is about a group of people that are residing in that part of the country. It's about their well-being.
Of course.
Mama, you think if King George is laid out and is perfectly handled, you think we can go there for a weekend?
But Tio,
you can drive there for a weekend? You think you can spend time with your family or whoever there? You have a friend there. You think it's not even possible you work in an environment once you have the opportunity?
You know how many person go to Ganta?
It's about Liberia.
Just to spend a weekend?
Exactly.
Because of the paved road and the way the place is developed.
It's about Liberia. It's about the country.
Sometimes when we talk these things, we don't talk for a particular group of people.
Don't base your argument because you have different political views. Yeah. No. Yeah. So then you question your level of patriotism.
So even whoever you support, if that person becomes president, they will be under the obligation to ensure that the welfare of every Liberian is looked after.
I mean, if the government is wrong, we say the government is wrong. If the government is operating the way it should not operate, we say it. It will be in a direction to call the government to order.
Of course, yes.
And if we can provide recommendations, we'll provide those recommendations. I'm telling you. So we just have that mindset in Liberia, and it's wrong. We have to gravitate from those kinds of thinking and just do it. I mean,
people have to
present ourselves positively.
People have to change until they realize that they have to change.
So because you don't support the government or you don't support this administration, so you don't see all of the interventions that are yielding fruits now in that area. You don't see it as anything. Only because you don't support the government. And that's bad. It's wrong.
But this is not about supporting government, Adam.
It's about the country.
It is not about government.
Do you know how much money B Mountain make for Liberia on a monthly basis?
Of course.
Yearly basis?
You don't want to think about that. But you want to think about who running campaign, who not running campaign.
If you were to do a comparative analysis, Anthony, as to how much they make daily, monthly, yearly, and just equate it to the surrounding.
It's not even up to. It's not even up to 20%.
20%.
Yes, it's not up to 20%.
That place should be well built by this time. You know how long B Mountain have existed in this country? You know how long they've operated here?
Yes.
That place should be like a city now, as we speak. It's not happening. It did not happen under this government. Under the past government. This government has managed to put the feet of the management of B Mountain to the fire to ensure that they adhere to the agreement.
Can we now prevail on this government to say, ensure that the people make that place better? Yes, we can do so.
Good housing facilities are needed over there.
Vote of politics.
Health facilities are also needed over there. Good schools, like they started already.
Of course.
We need another schools, more schools in the area, so that the kids there can go to school and learn under a conducive atmosphere. That is our argument.
Then you talk about politics.
Maybe you can take more calls, Anthony.
So that big few calls, 0777.
Relay the basis again.
0777 105 100 0777 105 100. Don't mind, you can call, we'll take your call, no matter what you see. The thing is, don't use our platform to confuse the minds of our young ones who are wanting to go to learn, who are using our platforms to learn. If you do that, then you're not helping us. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100 are the numbers you can call from part of the conversation. This is the Hard Talk is on ABC Radio 105.7. We fear nothing but to do wrong. We don't care who is involved, who is into this argument, who is standing before the progress of Liberia. We are going to use the platform to ensure that you are removed, that we have a better Liberia. That's the reason why we are here. We strive for peace and harmony. ABC Radio, Atlantic Broadcasting Corporation. Let's hear from you there. If you're joining us, 0777 105 100 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear from you, and you will be live on the Hard Talk. Call and have your say. So very shortly, we will call it a day. We have limited time on the show. We have limited time to go. So anytime from now, we will call it a day. Just join us through our lines 0777 105 100 0777. That's 0777 105 100 0555 105 100 0555 105 100, and you will be live on the show. But we have to go home now. We have to go. Join us tomorrow on the program when we are back here with another fascinating edition of the program, The Hard Talk. Somebody coming in. So if we can have call, we have to go. If we have, we take it. But if we can't have any, we have to go. We have to go. Just so you know, Liberia is the only place we have. We believe in this country so much. We trust the country. We know that better things can happen here. But who can make it happen? It is us Liberians. Every one of us, we have to work together. We can't be fighting each other. Then we want to build a good system. No. We can't work that way. We can't be fighting each other to build a good system. We can work together, build a better system through collective efforts. Not to divide ourselves politically. Till we have to go.
Yes, certainly, Anthony, our time is of the essence in broadcasting. We'll be here again tomorrow. God's willing. It's going to be on the Morning Breeze. We'll bring you the Thursday's edition tomorrow morning. And Friday, we'll be back on this platform with the weekend's presentation of the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.7. But I think the callers misconstrued our argument. We're just trying to state some of the lapses within the B Mountain Mining Company, the agreement signed with the previous government. They were not living up to, what they signed onto. And since the introduction of this government, they've been able to at least live up to what they signed with the past government. And that is welcoming for our country. I think it's good. Like President, we have always said, dialogue is the way forward. We should not revert to our bitter past. We should not use violence to solve issues. Once we have burning issues, the best we can do is to always dialogue. So as Liberians, let's remain patriotic. Let's ensure that we all protect the peace we enjoy today and always ensure that we have a violence-free country as we head towards elections. Anthony, it's been a wonderful time sitting here. Speaking with the audience, our many valuable listeners. Thank you again. Like I mentioned earlier, tomorrow morning we'll be here with the Hard Talk. Not the Hard Talk, but the Morning Breeze. And Friday with the Hard Talk.
Okay.
Then, thank you very much.
Is it?
Until then, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.